But, and so I've got a pad, and I try and invite people in to see me, but you can't keep asking people, and it's learning to be here. And then this pandemic, as the doctor said, that's a lot to do with it, because so many people are suffering in the same way.
Yes, it's been very lonely.
Very lonely, terribly lonely, and so many young people have committed suicide. And I can understand it, because my children, my 3 sons, one lives near Chichester with 2 children, another one lives in near Swindon in Highworth with 1 son, and my other son doesn't have any children, he lives in Warwickshire, and then of course Sally lives over here. But she's at work, I don't see her all the time. No, it's a bad time for a lot of people, thousands of people.
Did you have a favourite car?
Car?
Yeah, what's your favourite car?
Mercedes convertible.
Oh, lovely. Can I ask the colour?
Silver.
Okay.
I loved it. I had that, and my other car, I did have a Celica. It was a Toyota Celica.
Yeah.
I loved that one. It used to be like driving silk. And the other car was my lovely old Volvo, because I had to have that to
because
carry.
you're an antiques dealer.
Yes.
That's what antiques do.
It had to be long, and I had to carry a long case clock. So I used to go on the call in the Mercedes, and then whatever I bought, I had to go back and get the Volvo to go and collect it. Oh, I loved it. I loved it, and I wish I'd never sold it. Yeah.
It's strange, isn't it, how cars, they have an emotional attachment.
Yes.
They're just functional things, but they certainly do.
Well, my friend along the road here, who's just phoned me, she's got a Jazz, but she's very house proud.
Okay.
And she lives along almost towards the end of the road on the right, and her house got white carpets, all the towels are colour coordinated and everything. And so she said she won't let me put my wheelchair in the back of the car, so I'm getting a taxi and meeting her there.
Okay.
And she's now wanting to know what time I'm going to book the taxi to collect me. And I thought, well, when he comes, I'll ask him. But she's done it before. So it's people. I think perhaps if you're a dealer, and all my friends, we're all sort of a grubby lot. We've got things we love. And yeah, any other questions? Oh, I was going to tell you about Tim.
Oh.
Tim, Royal Marine. Okay. He was a captain in the Royal Marines.
Okay.
And he was in there for 10 years, but he got married. They married in France, and Sophie, his wife, I don't somehow think she'll be able to have children.
Okay.
And because of that, and she doesn't enjoy the best of health, he came out of the Marines, was it last year? And he really excelled himself in the Marines, and he joined Microsoft. Yeah, okay. He's got a brilliant job in Microsoft, and they bought a house in Essex, and he and Sophie live there.
Lovely.
And Lottie now lives in the New Forest with Ollie, her husband, and the 2 children.
Okay.
And those are the 2. But my youngest son, Philip, who lives near Chichester, this is him. He's married to Yvette, okay. And she is a Chinese Malay, or lives in Penang.
Okay.
Or her parents do, but they live near Chichester. And they've got the 2 children who were over here last week for a day, and
all your children and their families being on the mainland.
Yes.
Okay. It sounds like you still get to see each other, and your people manage to visit and. But
Not for ages,
no,
because
obviously
of the
because of
ban.
last year, yeah. But as and when we return to normality,
Hopefully next week they put it down on the thing there that I think that Simon and Debbie, because Simon's going to be 60 in July, I think they're coming across
Okay.
next weekend, not this weekend, I think. Pretty sure things change,
Yeah.
but they're booked to come across.
Excellent.
And they've got various dates when they're coming across.
Well, I think they'll probably come for fireworks and a barbecue. That's
Oh,
happening
no,
soon.
that's-
That
That's my American son-in-law put that.
Oh,
And he's on a boat, a really big boat. We're just going through the Panama Canal at the moment. It's
Okay.
a big yacht owned by a billionaire, and he is in charge of electrics on the boat. It's got a helicopter pad, swimming pool, that big, and it's usually Russians, the oligarchs, that rent it,
Wow.
and then all the crew have to keep quiet. And
I've got a class question coming up. I'm just wondering if super yachts have a with their owners, is there an element of class, or is that just money?
money, money. The terrible thing was he absolutely adored Trump.
Right.
So none of us dared mention Trump because all my boys and everything, they hated him very much. So that was one of those things. We
Okay.
laugh about it now. Yes. Any other questions?
Yeah, well, back to your dogs.
Oh, the dogs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me about your dogs.
We bred Labradors,
Okay.
and have loved all of them. And my last one, those are their collars. We've had other dogs too, rescue dogs.
Okay.
One time we had 5 dogs, and my other one, Millie, my last dog, who I don't think I've ever got over losing her. She was my husband's dog. We bought him her as a puppy, because after the last one died, Daisy, Peter said, no more dogs, I can't go through this again. But he was so upset when Daisy went that Sally and I went to a farm out at Arraton. We read in the county press that puppies had been born, mixed breed, Labrador crossed with, not German Shepherd, a collie, sheepdog.
And border collie.
And we went there, and that was it.
Came away.
But came away with Millie. And when Peter died, I took on Millie, and she was with me until we had to have her put to sleep, which was, just down here on the floor. Very, very sad.
Yeah. What did Peter do? What was Peter's profession?
Peter, he was in the Royal Navy.
Was he?
He was the Chief Petty Officer, and he was catering manager for the 3, when he left, psychiatric hospitals. That was Whitecroft, Castleview, and Haven Street.
Okay.
Yeah. And then retired. Yeah.
Was Whitecroft the under the clock?
Yes.
Under the clock.
Under
yeah.
the clock.
Under the clock. Yeah.
Yes. And he was a keen sportsman. He sailed, he played hockey for the Navy, and before he was a boarder at Ryde School.
Okay.
And then his mother died, and his father married what I can only class as the stepmother in the true sense of the word.
Okay.
And so he had wanted to go into farming, but he didn't. He gave everything up and went into the Navy.
How did you meet?
He was my first boyfriend,
Okay.
Wow.
yes. When I sang in the church choir. And my mother was very friendly with his granny, who was over in the window with my daughter as a baby. I'll show you. If you could get it for me, can you get that picture? That is the one up there without the frame. Up there.
This one?
That one,
This one?
yeah.
This one?
That one. That's the family in the hall.
Yep.
That's my eldest son, Tim, and he lives in Warwickshire. That's Philip, my youngest son, and they live near Chichester, and that's Simon and his wife Debbie, and their son Peter, ages ago. That's my daughter Sally.
Yep.
And that's Tim, and that's it. And these are some of the dogs that we had. Yes, that's Debbie. Yes, that was.
And that's you two in the middle.
That's Peter and I in the middle.
Oh, that's
Yes.
lovely. Let me show Claire. Just make sure Claire's.
That was in the hall years ago.
Beautiful.
That's a great picture.
Such a beautiful picture.
Everybody smiling
Yes.
or laughing, actually.
Yes, we were. I can't remember who took the picture, but we were all laughing. Probably Charlie. That would have been Sally's first husband.
Oh.
And then she married the American. Oh dear, oh dear.
So you met through church?
Yes, because they lived in the village. His granny did. And he used to come home from Ryde School because he was a boarder there. And his mother died in there when he was 14. And he took me to my first dance, my first kiss, everything. It was lovely, yes,
Oh.
which was nice.
Oh.
How long were you married?
64 years,
Wow.
Wow.
yes.
Wow. Oh, there's so many stories here, aren't there? I'm aware that we're probably coming towards the end of this. What a beautiful
Yeah.
conversation, and can't thank you enough for sharing it with us.
Yeah, thank you so
for
much.
coming. Lovely to meet you.
It's
Dave.
lovely to
Thank
meet you.
you.